I'm First Warn 5 Traffic Julia Avery. I've been monitoring all of these crashes on the roads throughout the morning. We just got done being live on the air, and we thought I should continue this online. I had to cut the last one short because I had to get back on the air live, but now I am back. I am free for the foreseeable future, and I am here to answer your questions. We have our Nathan Brennan actually out there, headed to a new location to bring live reports from out in the field. But I just want to, I'm gonna turn my mic down a little. Okay, I just want to show you the Scout website right here. And this is what I started with last time, just giving you an overview. All of these yellow diamonds are crashes or stalls or calls for service on an interstate, not even on the side roads. And I personally have never seen this many simultaneously. During our morning show this morning, we had over a dozen calls for crashes. So it appears now even more throughout the morning rush. I'm going to turn on some of the cameras so that we can get a closer look here from our live Scout cameras at some of these crashes. This right here, 71 Highway, the Grandview Triangle. It looks like it's okay. And sometimes with these icons, they are still up for a few minutes even after the stall or the crash has been cleared. So it looks like what happened there on 71 Highway has been cleared, but I was just checking down here on 435 right before you get to that interchange of the Grandview Triangle, and there were some issues here just a few minutes ago. So let's take a look. Yes, there is an example of a spin out crash, what it appears, because that car is facing the opposite direction of traffic. This is 435 in the westbound direction near Warnell Road is where the camera is. Let's see what Scout is saying that this is specifically. We've had a multi-vehicle crash. So 2 left lanes are closed. This is according to Scout. Let's see if this is different near State Line Road or if this is dealing with the same crash. See, up here is that crash we saw before. It looks like maybe part of that crash is back here, maybe a separate crash. But this just goes to show how icy it is out there with all of this going on. So I'm going to refresh our Facebook page so I can see any of your questions. And I can check on an area if you would like me to. I'm going to stay here on Facebook Live as long as you need me, if it's going to keep you safe out there. Okay, let's also check on, I know that we've had some issues down in Olathe, so let's see if any of this has cleared up. This is I-35 before Santa Fe, 127th. Looks like we have maybe either a fender bender or someone stalled and they're getting help over there. And that is in the northbound direction, not causing any backups, but again, just goes to show what we're dealing with out here. Let's look at I-35 near Shawnee. This is at Johnson Drive, another car. And this over here is what we're seeing in most areas, that the lanes on the side, or some areas it's the shoulder, still have this snow that has turned to ice overnight. When the sun comes out, it melts and then it freezes again. Some areas, bridges and overpasses, it's black ice, so you don't see it. Very dangerous conditions out there. Right here, which is 71 Highway as you're nearing the downtown loop. I don't believe these people are stopped because of a crash. I think this is just your typical morning traffic, but I'll continue to monitor that right there. Our Nathan Brennan was just live right up here near the Bond Bridge, where earlier this morning we had a semi right here that had spun out and was covering up basically the entire northbound side of the interstate. They have cleared that now, but still moving pretty slow there in the northbound direction. So let's see. Still moving pretty slow here. That could be your typical morning commute, but let's see if there is anything going on. It could be all the way because of up here. Because here is another person that has spun out. This is I-29 in the northbound direction there at North Oak Traffic Way. Looks like possible multiple vehicles in an accident, people having to go around them. So that would impact anyone trying to get to the airport this morning. Let's take a look at this camera here, Waukomis. People still going slow. I hope that that's because they're trying to stay safe. It could be because there's some backups from something that happened. Let's see, let's try where I-29 meets 635. Don't see anything of note right there, but how about 635 in Riverside? Let's try this one. Okay, we've got something here. Looks like it should be cleared soon because they have the tow trucks here, but it, again, appears this car may have spun around. Okay, I see we're starting to get some questions in. Amber says, I drove from West KCK to Westwood, and there were lots of accidents this morning, but I had no issue getting into work at 7 a.m. Just drive slow. Pretend grandma's in the back seat with a pot full of hot gravy. You know, on a very stressful morning like this, Amber, it is nice to have a good laugh. Yes, this is very, very serious, but thank you for that. That is very funny. Okay, we also have Nancy asking about 435 towards Overland Park. So let's check on that for Nancy. I surprisingly don't recall having many issues near, I know this isn't 435, but looks like, oh wow, looks like maybe 3 cars here, 2 cars that have spun out at K10 and Renner Road. Let's check 435. Okay, so this is in the southbound direction, 435 near I-35. Looks like that's almost cleaned up there. They're putting that car onto the tow truck. And I saw an electric sign this morning that said any car that's abandoned will be towed. And then this is that crash I was showing you earlier, 435, as you're getting closer to the Grandview Triangle. Let's take a look at that again. Both of these cars facing the opposite direction. My guess would be that they spun out. Scout is calling it a multi-vehicle accident. Let's see, we have Jesus says they didn't even snow last night. So, yeah, I don't know, Jesus, if he's maybe from St. Louis talking about, but if he is, that's actually an interesting topic because I think that's the problem is so many people think, oh, when there's snow overnight, I need to be really safe. I need to give myself some extra time. When there's not snow and the roads appear to be clear, that's when people let their guard down and they get up to speeds that are typical, even if they're just going the speed limit, and that's when they hit a patch of ice and they spin out. I was talking to a state trooper last week who said the day it snowed, was it last Tuesday, we didn't have any fatalities on the road because, well, for one, everyone was taking it so slow. But in the snow, when you're taking it that slow and you have some traction from snow, you usually just kind of tap somebody else, or you can't stop and you slide into them a little bit. It's the ice. is where they see the most fatalities, when it's a day that hasn't really snowed, but the temperatures never got up high enough to get rid of this ice and everything that we have on the roads. So Karen's asking how 50 Highway is going towards Lee Summit. Let's check on that. Okay, we've got Lee Summit over here. I don't see any, let's see, is that? See, this is a good camera to use because it even shows the side roads. I don't see any of those alerts necessarily for crashes through 50 Highway, but let's look here on 470. That looks like it's just somebody who is stalled. And that's the other thing to think about is you know how cold it is out there. So if someone is stalled, oh man, this is 470 at Douglas Street in the westbound direction. Looks like an officer maybe is out there to help them, or possibly the officer slid out there as well. Hard to say, but this is 470, not impacting the commute, but a good indication of how rough it is out there. So let's take a look here at I-49 at 470. Looks like we have some slowdowns off to the side here. Maybe we can get a better picture of this from another camera. Let's try one of these. Wow, look at the backup there. This is the overpass. I believe, let's get in closer here. I believe that is 435 as it comes over and merges into 470. Two vehicle crash, it says. So that's underneath. This is above. You can see, yeah, that overpass. People hardly moving there. Let's see how far back up that backup goes. Not back too far, but here's another example. This is 435 at 470. All right, let me get back to your questions. 70 eastbound past the stadium. So this morning we had a pretty bad multi-vehicle crash up there near the stadiums. But let's see what we're dealing with now. Now that the sun's come up, it's a tad better, and the morning commute is starting to taper off, but we have someone that has stalled over there or slid off into the grass. Let's see. So this is Linda asking about near the stadium. It looks like we're pretty clear there. But again, looks can be deceiving. As soon as the roadways look like they're clear, it's when you start to let your guard down. Okay, Cambridge Circle. Quite the backup here, and that's where Nathan Brennan is headed right now to give us a live report from this area near Penway Point. He said that he's been stuck in traffic. I'm sure that's where he's stuck. It's right here. Looks like it's moving back at 7th Street Traffic Way. Okay. 71 North near the plaza, Willie Williams. Let's check on that. So we don't have cameras all through 71. You can see through this area we don't have cameras. There's stoplights there as well, so we don't tend to get as many crashes because of people are going slower. But here's 71 at 75th Street. Yeah, unfortunately, right near the plaza, we don't have cameras, but once we get up, this is the next one we have at 19th Street. Looks like there is a backup. This is what I pulled up earlier and said I wasn't sure if this was your typical morning commute or from a crash. Scout's not reporting a crash right there. And I'm not seeing anything here at Truce. Okay. Marie's asking for 70 to 435. I believe we checked all of those cameras, but let's see if there's any that we may have missed. 435. Don't see any issues there. The camera's freezing over there. I think as many of these people are from spinning out, I think several of them, their cars have stalled because it is just that cold out there. Okay. Why won't you answer? Isaac, I believe I answered your question. Let me refresh the page to make sure I'm getting all of the questions. Let's see here. Facebook has been difficult lately because I only see 4 comments, but I see that there are 23 comments. I don't really. Okay, this one just popped up. Pamela, I-29 towards KCI. Yes, let's check up there. So this looks like we have a stall here, or a pickup truck that slid into the snow. This is at Berry Road. That's in the service road actually, but this is the southbound over here. We can also check on this right here, 64th Street. This might have been cleared. Sometimes the triangles, or excuse me, they're triangles on my computer downstairs. The yellow diamonds stay up there after it's already been cleared. Let's check right outside of the airport. So if someone is flying out today, let's do near the exit. This is usually a good camera for the airport. Yeah, looks like the roads again look clear, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they are. And if you're coming up 435 to get to the airport. Oh yeah, did you see that car coming through and just snow dusting up? Okay, what else do we have? Scott said I may have missed it, but how is 50 Highway? I did just click through 50 Highway. I didn't see any issues out there. Once you got up to the northern part of 50 Highway, once towards 470, we started to see some issues. But as far as actually in Lee Summit, I wasn't seeing any major backups. Okay, I'm starting to see some slowdowns through Belton though, so let's check on that. I-49. Oh yeah. Moving pretty slow there, so let's see what's going on. You guys are kind of getting a behind the scenes look at what I do during our morning show. Is I click through these cameras and try and figure out what's happening out there. I also have alerts sent to my phone when dispatch has called for ambulance or emergency services. Okay, so I'm being told that Nathan is ready for us. He is been live out there on the roadways. Last time we spoke to him, he was over by the Bond Bridge. I believe they tried to move to I-35 near Penway Point, but I'll just toss it over to Nathan. Nathan, I know it's cold out there. Thank you so much for giving us these live reports. Where are you now?
Yep. All right, so we're just over by Cambridge Circle. So exit 234 is right in front of me. We'll get to that here in just a second. I want to go ahead and give you a look. So this is I-35 southbound. As you can see, plenty of traffic. I mean, we're talking about, at this point, standstill traffic. So if you are closer towards the Northland, maybe you're in the city and you are trying to go I-35 south, expect delays. And I'm going to go ahead and have Andy swing the camera around for us, actually, hopefully, so we can see actually what is causing this issue. We've been talking about it all morning, this unexpected ice. So as you can see, it looks like maybe an SUV, I believe it is actually spun out. It's blocking at least one lane of traffic, might actually be a second lane as well. You can see first responders are trying to figure out that situation here, but this is a perfect example of what we've been seeing all morning. So these little spots of ice, maybe it's black ice, maybe it's ice that you can actually see on the roadways. That's what's causing a lot of these issues. We're giving you a look right now. So this is I-35 southbound. If you're in the Northland, maybe you're in the city, you're heading south, expect delays. This is going to be a situation. We were in the Northland earlier as well, over towards the Bond Bridge. Similar situation there. It looked like it was a car that had stalled, possibly spun out, causing issues there. So this is a lot of what you can expect when you're on the roadways. Take it slow. Make sure you're taking those extra precautions. My wheels were spinning a little bit on my way over here, passing over a bridge. So those ramps, those bridges, that's where you can expect a lot of these issues. But again, just please, please, please be safe if you head out on the roadways this morning.
Nathan, thank you for that. And you're so right about the bridges and overpasses. When I was driving and I noticed, I felt fine, and as soon as I started sliding, I looked over and sure enough, I was on an overpass, and that's why I started sliding. So thank you. Get back in the car and warm up. So I have now figured out the Facebook so I can see all of your comments. I will continue to answer a few more of them. If you're just joining us, I'm First Warn 5 Traffic Julia Avery. We just got off the air live, and now I'm going through our Scout camera page and pulling up cameras for different areas, showing you different crashes, different slowdowns. And if you would like me to check on an area for you, you can write it in the comments. And I think now I will be able to see all of them. So let me switch you back over to the live Scout Cam website. So Marie Locke asked if the wreck on 635 at State Avenue has been cleared. I believe it has, but let's see. I'm sorry, a new one just popped up. So, yes, I don't see any issues there anymore. However, I do want to check on this. I see. Oh, that is the message truck backing up, trying to get out of there. That one was the crash near Shawnee Drive. But let's check all through 635. Looks like something going on here, possibly. Okay, not seeing any issues near K5. Oh, this is the stall that this FedEx truck has been stalled here for over an hour now. And that's just how cold it is out there. Cars are stalling just in the middle of the interstate. Let's see. So Linda asked if she can get alerts sent to her phone as well. You can. It's an app called Pulse Point. I'll be clicking through cameras while I'm talking about this app. I will say I get alerts every 30 seconds. One minute, every minute almost. So if you would like to get them, it's going to be a lot, but you can go on to just download the app Pulse Point. It's any time that emergency services are called, which is quite often. Okay. Looks like we have some slowdowns out here. This is 435 near Front Street. Oh, wow. Okay. Completely stopped, it appears. Let's see what's going on up here. Well, I don't see anything there. Maybe we can see something from this camera. Oh, okay. Wow, multiple vehicles involved here. This is 435. Let's see, I believe it's in the southbound direction. So that backup we saw must not be from this, but another crash to report to you this morning. Looks like just one lane getting past. This is near Armour 210 in the southbound direction. And wow, looks like someone maybe spun out. This car facing the wrong direction. And now, let's see if we're seeing a backup from that. Video unavailable. Not too far back, out by Worlds of Fun. Okay, let's see why these folks are at a stop. The cameras aren't picking up why these folks are at a stop on 435. I guess that is in the southbound direction, possibly here? I'm not sure. Let me see. What other questions do you have? Actually, I'm driving from Olathe through Grandview Triangle to Excelsior Springs area. Okay. Yes. Linda says download Pulse Point. Kyla says 70. Let's check 70. We haven't checked that in a minute. Looks like we have something here at Blue Ridge Cutoff. Oh, we've already checked on that. It's a stall. Near 470, some stalls or some spinouts. That car in the middle of the road near 7 Highway. Again, that car near Adams Dairy Parkway. And MoDOT has said that if you abandon your vehicle, they will tow it. Okay, let's see. 435 Winter Road. 435 towards Worlds of Fun. I think we already got that. Trying to scroll through all your comments. It's a typical day at 19th. Let's see, 35 from Olathe to Shawnee. Let's see. Let's check through there. 35 at Shawnee Mission Parkway. It's frozen, but it's not looking too good there in the southbound direction. So let's try a different camera through. Oh, there we go. Got it to work. Okay, so this is 35 southbound at Shawnee Mission. Let's look at Antioch. Clear. So something's going on around Johnson Drive. Let's take a look back here, 67th. Okay, so it looks like you really only start to slow down there near where you're crossing 69 Highway. and then you're clear again once you get up into past Shawnee and you start heading towards downtown until you get to where Nathan just was, up here, Cambridge Circle, where we have a spin out. I believe someone else asked about Olathe, Gardner. Why is K10 at a standstill? Well, let's take a look. Well, we've got some issues on K5. Let's check in on that first. Okay, that one's not working. Got that stall there from the FedEx truck. Let's see what's going on up here. Okay, not seeing any issues there near K7. Let's check in on this one too. Okay. This might be what he was talking about. It looks fine to me. Possibly right here. Not seeing any issues there. Maybe this is what you're referring to. Looks like there's several cars that have spun out into the ice. But I'm not seeing a backup through there. The furthest out camera we have appears to be okay. Okay, so I think I got through most of your questions. I'm gonna scroll through them again real quick. I am here for several more hours. If you want to reach out to me on my Facebook page or even comment on this live, I'll keep monitoring those questions and try and give you some answers. I don't think I've done Kearney yet. Let's pull this up. Looks like we've got a snowplow there. That's good. Okay. Well, we've gone through almost every area, I believe. I tried my best to get all of your questions answered. And like I said, if you have any more questions, please reach out to me today. This is my main focus, is making sure that you and your family are safe out there on the roadway.